I'd like to call the great, amazing panelists for this panel. So first of all, Irina Untila, Country Manager at Mastercard Moldova. Aliona Stratan, Deputy Chairwoman at maib. Alexander Piker, CEO on Moldindconbank. And last but not least, Levon Khanikyan, CEO, Victoriabank. So before we start, I know that this one is the last panel before the lunchtime, so the sugar and the attention is going down, but we will try to keep the panel vibrant and, of course, exciting. How to do this? We talk a lot about regulation from the government perspective and also thinking about opportunity on the fintechs. But I think that one important aspect that we should consider, it is exactly what we are going to do now, is the perspective of the financial institutions, so the leaders that are really offering the service at the citizen here in Moldova, and of course one of the giant of the payment service provider that is Mastercard. So I'd like to start, if I can, and with Mastercard, with you, Irina. So I read recently in, don't remember where, I think there was a post on LinkedIn that you gathered 160 different representatives from financial institutions to share thought being open. That is a great idea to understand your clients' needs. But also, my congratulations for your 25 years here in the country. That is a huge achievement, but also a way to witness the behavior of the customer, that of course change. So I'd like to understand with you, conscious that is the last panel before the lunchtime. It is for everyone, of course. What do you think that the behavior has changed? I'm sure in better, it is 25 years, but also what's next? Thank you, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you a lot for this question, and having this interesting date, important date for us, celebrating 25 years in Moldova. I would like to share very shortly my personal feeling about that, because it was my first ever day at my first job when Mastercard started issuance in Moldova. I used to work in a customer support center, the call center, and the first questions I received were, what is Mastercard and what are the benefits I will receive? So nothing in our lives is a coincidence. Now I'm representing Mastercard in Moldova, sharing the ideas of our global Mastercard family for all over the world. And I am very happy that Mastercard is one of the driving force, together with all our available partners who drive digital transformation of the country. And looking back, when we started this journey together, when card was used only as cash access to the account for cash withdrawal, and now, according to the National Bank of Moldova statistics, each 9 out of 10 transactions is already cashless. But more is to be emphasized. The last 5 years, Moldova really made a digital leap. And I want today to emphasize positive shifts we all made all together with you to develop our cashless society. Regarding the customer behavior, it is very important to keep in touch with our customers, to hear our customers, to not make innovations only for innovations. And our society should be ready to adopt these innovations. We at Mastercard, we conduct on annual basis Master Index survey. And this year it was also conducted, and I could share some interesting insights. For example, today already 80% of our consumers, our people in Moldova, they confirmed that they make payment cashless transactions already on daily basis. And 50% of consumers, they say that I will select the point of sale outlet where I shop through the frame and question whether it is possible to pay by card. It is amazing. In Moldova, we have also something unique. All our cashless transactions are, first of all, contactless. And from this point of view, Moldova is the leading country in the world. It is our specific. Our society is open-minded, is innovative, and eager to accept innovations. That's why, when we implemented together with you Apple Pay, Google Pay 3 years ago, we already celebrate this year that practically every second transaction made by Mastercard in Moldova in-store is made through digital wallets. It is amazing. But what is next? What should be next? Very shortly, from my point of view, if I should select two principles, what are the potential yet uncovered? I would say that for sure it is SME. SME, they should have our attention more, and I'm happy that from the point of view of legislation, we have modernization of legislation, some operational obstacles being overpassed day by day through new laws, which permit us to onboard digitally SMEs, to offer digital business cards to SMEs. But it is necessary to work more, and it is our strategy. And another one is for sure transit solution. It is not covered yet. I mean mobility. When Smart City offers to our citizens, the guests of our capital, of our other cities in the country, possibility to pay by card for transport, be it in the city, be it interurban or international transport. But let us discuss in more details together today what else could be emphasized.
Well, we asked the same question in 25 years, so maybe you can tell me more about the difference. But thank you so much. It looks like an exciting journey.
Thank
Aliona, you have a bigger responsibility because you are representing maib, that is one of the biggest reality in terms of financial institution here in the region. Also, I enjoyed the presentation that your bank did before, and I'd like that you share some thoughts about the recent partnership that you signed with the Mastercard Artificial Intelligence. But I think it was your CEO, the deputy CEO, that he was really excited about Monday morning deadline when he said that I wanted to be the first to send the credit transfer. I already gave my bank account, so I want to be sure that will be successful. I will receive the money, I will tell him. And the other things that I heard about your presentation that I really love, you are teaching artificial intelligence to take care about your client. So literally the other way around. Can you tell us your story? Because I mean, it's very rare listening to this.
Thank you for the question, and thank you for having me here. In fact, yes, we have signed a recent cooperation with Mastercard on AI, but I will come back on this a little bit later. I want to start probably with another perspective at the beginning. AI is already not, it's not an experiment. It's something we understand that it happens and it's the reality. And knowing that, we have another reality. That banks, as Georgi said in the morning, our CEO, have to mimic somehow that we are like fintech. The same seamless experience, the same personalized experience, the same instant experience. But at the same time, on our side, we have big banks, we have responsibility for trust, and we have a lot of, all systems on the back. Now we have AI on one side and we have big bank and to mimic the fintech at the same time. And we understood that AI can help us a lot in doing several things. First of all, I would like to speak about hyper-personalization. At the moment we understand that the customer do not want transaction, they want relationship with their bank. But how you build a relation? Only when you know very well your customer and you understand the customer very well. And this hyper-personalization, as my team earlier shared, it's not about only knowing what customer want, but somehow to understand what next could be interesting for the customer, and not only what, but also when and in which channel. And this communication should be in real time, otherwise the moment of truth is lost, because customer already do not need that. So the first thing we are looking now in maib is about hyper-personalization. The second part relates to communication, and we understand that now our customer want more than ever somebody in their pocket speaking with them as a professional banker 24/7. So they do not want a static, frequently asked question. They do not want to read somewhere. They want somebody with empathy and knowledge to answer to them. Then it's about risk and fraud. This is not something that somebody in the bank is dealing with the risk. Unfortunately, our clients want personalized risk and anti-fraud procedures because they want to feel safe, but they want to feel at the same time that somebody is taking care of them. And probably the last point is financial inclusion. Our customer need to understand why they need that product. So it's like a financial education. Why I'm telling all this? Because we know our customer. We know them very well. We know what they are doing. We have a trust of the customer. But unfortunately, our team do not have experience and expertise and international knowledge as our partners can have. That's why our partnership with Mastercard was critical, because we didn't want AI to be a hype in maib. We wanted to apply it correctly, with responsibility, understanding our customers, and of course bringing knowledge in the market. And this tandem created a very good experience, not only for customers that they feel, but also for our team, who learn a lot. And we transformed by this partnership a significant insight from the customer in a story of success, because they help us to bring the technology and to bring the knowledge.
I think that I could stay hours listening to you, the way you look after your clients is amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And so, Alexander, yeah, I think that you deserve an applause. Alexander, we talk about modernization, and I mean, I have two words here. The transition in the last 25, 30 years, and also what's next. But in the daily work, especially thinking about the bank that you represented that is deeply in the ground, and also pretty much important financial institution, can you tell us the daily work, exactly what is happening, how do you see the modernization, and mainly what you are doing for your clients?
Yes, thank you very much. Daily work is tough. I mean, we are out in the branches. What we see every day is that our customers are queuing in front of the ATM. Then they go into the bank and they make a payment. They queue again. The queues are getting shorter, luckily. They queue again at the cash desk and they pay in some municipal payment, for example. So, where's digitalization? Well, they have it in their hands, basically. They have the telephones. Everything is working with that, and that should go like that. What we are doing now is having people in the branch watching our customers and say, well, you could do it like that. Let's sit here. I'll show you. And it is a daily tough work to get from the branch interaction with the customer really down to digital. Some of them grab that easily. We're getting more and more and more of that. But I would like very much to be as far as Aliona to understand the customer so well. We still don't understand them so well, so we are trying very hard.
Yeah, it is great. I'm aware about your clients that they are really doing well. So I think that all your effort you're doing, working hard, at the end receiving the confirmation. And Levon, we heard from Irina that there is a deep need of collaboration from the SME. So thinking about Victoriabank and so the way you are concentrating on financial services, how do you see the relationship between SME support and of course finance? Thinking about Victoriabank, of course.
Yeah, SMEs are backbone of every economy. I don't think I am telling a big truth related to this. Yeah, the issue is that in Moldova we do not have them that many. It's around 40,000 active SMEs only, plus minus. We can debate on it, but that's practically the whole market. And when we're speaking about digital transformation and customer experience, of course, the forefront is private individual, where we have around 2.5 million of population, maybe 1.6 million active users, but when it comes to SMEs, the market becomes very small, and it's really very difficult to digitize the area. You can have such a feeling. Important is as well to understand the needs here, and I would like to recall a recent analysis which was conducted, or actually a study by AmCham related to expectations of business in Moldova related to reforms, digital transformation. The lowest points the customer gave to access to finance. I speak about businesses. So this shall be our focus, to make access to finance more easy, more digitized, and through this we will do a big step forward in supporting SMEs in Moldova.
Yeah, so you said 40,000 today. It's a big number, but you're right, it can be higher, of course. But thank you for your contribution. So coming back to Irina, and it's a matter of fact, because we are saying all morning that the financial market is evolving. And I can tell you that coming from another payment ecosystem, the speed, the pace is very quick, it's very fast. So can you share with us how Mastercard is coping with this today, but also what is the plan? Of course, I mean, you can't do everything, but I would like to know what is the strategy in the next 12, maybe 18 months, and so where you think that you are investing, but also what is really the focus now as well, because I think that is important to think, as I said when I introduced this panel, we wanted to be effective, so we talk a lot about the strategy. Let's talk what we are doing now, and so it would be nice if you could share.
Thank you a lot for this question. No, first of all, Mastercard is a global company, and we have our global mission. And our global mission is to advance, to be one of the driving force of digital transformation of any economy. And cashless is our main strategy. At the same time, there are some principles we are looking through when we examine the investment. We make the decision whether to invest, whether to make this project, whether to realize this innovation. And first of all, it is the principle of what pain points of our final consumers will solve. For legal entities, for individuals, they have different pain points. And what is the added value we together with our partners offer to them in order to solve this pain point? Then, will this innovation boost cashless directly or indirectly? And last but not least, is it a win-win for everybody who participate in this innovation, who participate into this investment? It should be a win-win, otherwise it doesn't work. So these are the main principles. And if we deep dive into some areas which we consider uncovered yet, within the following 1 year, for example, yes. First of all, it is the possibility to participate together with government in digitalizing the payment of public services. And we have already started that. We have signed recently memorandum of understanding with a government agency. We are very happy to be together in this journey, and we thank a lot our partners, our valuable partners, banks, who supported us in that. And now it will be possible even more easier to pay for government services. For example, e-commerce transaction in payment of government services, accessible not only to people in country, accessible to our diaspora, and receiving this digital state service within the digital certificates and many, many others. And we should be proud with our MPay, with our EVOR technologies, because really not every developed country could boast with such a great solutions. Let us help together to develop it. It is really uncovered potential yet. Another one for sure is opportunity to develop e-commerce. Today, according to our Mastercard Index survey, practically 70% of respondents, they told us, they answered that they already make on weekly basis, on monthly basis, the e-commerce transactions. But what is interesting, they don't make it in Moldova. These are mostly cross-border e-commerce transactions. And here we also, together with our partners, implemented new ideas how to boost cross-border. For example, we made the first ever Temu Moldindconbank Mastercard campaign. It was the first Temu partnership with Mastercard in the world. It is a huge, great platform, and it boosted the tokenization. But let's think about possibility to implement it in Moldova. Why it is not boosting? Because we should offer some new ideas of customer journey. It should be card on file, tokenized solution, which offers high level of security and great UX, which they receive, our customers receive this UX already cross-border. Another topic is for sure artificial intelligence, and here, as Aliona mentioned, we are very happy to be together within this project with maib, and reality is that it is not only targeted to simplify, to automatize operational backstage of the bank. For sure, the first and the most important idea is to offer individual approach to our consumers, customized, tailored offers, and it is the next stage. Another topic is SMEs, as I mentioned, only shortly to say huge thank you to our partners. To Moldindconbank, we had a great partnership together with Metro, and it is simple. We understood the pain point. Customers of Metro, they wanted to have easy access to funds, interesting loans, digital approach. They received it, everything, and it also boosted. We have great results together. Another project correlated with SMEs, with Victoriabank, which was based on premium tailored offer of services to business, to entrepreneurs. And now we offer these premium services in Moldova because we understand, we always should understand what is required, what is added value we offer. One more new project which I could share today also with you, and we are very thankful to maib to support us in that. It is a new service. It will be announced publicly in a few days, but today we could also share. It is Cash La Casa service. You may ask me, for example, why we are promoting Cash La Casa service? Well, what is that about? Because it is cash, it is not cashless. But as it was discussed in the previous panel, we should offer the easy access to our citizens to their funds. And even if they need small amounts of cash, it is better to offer it within a cashless transaction at the merchant point of sale. It will be a limited amount, but persons will understand that they have everywhere access to their money, and they will not withdraw in advance, let it be, I mean, to withdraw whole amount in advance from their cash, from their card account. Otherwise, it will be fully cash. And we at Mastercard always use our global experience. This service boosted cashless in other countries, and I'm sure it will also boost cashless in Moldova. What is next, shortly, besides that? Because these are the projects we are already rolling out together. It is artificial intelligence from the point of view of combination of chat and individual approach of ChatGPT technology with possibility to buy automatically through agentic pay, through agentic commerce. And it is really the future. And imagine you want to buy some specific sport wear shoes of specific color in a specific price range of a specific collection, but you don't have time for that. You target and you set the specific criteria to your agentic AI, what type of shoes you want. You go to sport with your existing shoes, sport shoes. And while you are making sport, this agentic AI makes the research and buys on your behalf these shoes. And I'm sure the next time we meet at FinTech conference, we will have all more time saved for us and for our families, while agentic AI will buy for us.
May I change my shoes now? So I think that I asked the wrong question. I should ask you what Mastercard is not doing. Should be shorter, I think.
Okay. Sorry.
Anyway, no, thank you so much, because I think that is an exciting journey, and it was very interesting listening to you, especially for the energy that you put in your speech. And Alexander, so we talk about the big effort that you are putting in the daily work, thinking about your client. We are living in the era of data, aggregation of data, that in other words means knowing my clients. So what do you think will be the needs of your client, and what you're doing to understand if there are different needs?
Yeah, you see, that's the problem, we don't know. So let me say one thing.
Yes.
Here you see three tough competitors, and eventually Mastercard was helping us to get better on various areas there. So this is very good. We need to understand the clients. We need to anticipate what is going to be. This is why everyone here is now talking about artificial intelligence and the right way to do so. But a question to the audience: have you ever seen a soccer game with robots? Nobody? Nobody? Oh, some did. Isn't it funny? They are totally fail. So it doesn't work at all. It's very funny to watch. I rather prefer the term, as we are on a fintech conference, the term large language models, LLM, instead of AI. Because AI, they are artificial, yeah, but no, not yet intelligent, I would say. So what we really have to understand, what do we get out of these LLMs, what we can get there to understand our customers better. I liked very much what Aliona said, that they are teaching AI what the customer wants. So that's great, because I don't even know what our customer wants. We bring in products, we try to cover pain points, as Irina said, and I do think this really will be the future. We'll have to write this LLMs. We have to understand them better and then really bring them to a point. Because who wants to talk to bots? Anyone who prefers to talk to a bot than to a person? Nobody, see? So now, if we have too many bots, what I'm doing normally when I'm calling a call center or whatever, I try to find a way how to trick the bot that he gets me to a person eventually. So I'm quite good at that in the meantime. So in order to avoid that, I think we have to, this is what our customer wants. They don't want to talk to bots. So we have to really get them the convenience to use the products correctly. And I think this is our daily task. Thank you.
Amazing, I love that. And I think that you are really doing well. So, Aliona, we said that this panel is, let's say, customer-centric. And talking about the customer, we know that the customer experience from the customer perspective is a seamless experience. So we know that. I have a tricky question for you. Do you think that the technology is going to follow the customer expectation, or do you think the technology, so artificial intelligence, everything is doing, is going to reshape the customer behavior and, of course, expectation and experience in general? Be careful of what you answer. It's a very tricky question.
Looks but this question goes after me everywhere I go. Probably somebody wants me to say something different at some point. In fact, both. I really believe that both, because you can't invent, I don't know, services or processes which do not exist and customer do not know about them. Just sitting somewhere and thinking about that. And of course, in the first line comes that we look at the behavior of our customer, we hear their voices, we look in our systems what they are doing, and of course, first of all, and the primary need is to reshape the existing processes in a way that they obtain digital and seamless experience. This doesn't mean that you take, for example, lending process on paper with a lot of people calculating something and you move it into digital doing the same thing. No, you totally rethink, reimagine the process and you get the digital seamless experience. And in this case, of course, experience comes first because customers want money. But there are sometimes situations when technology changes the experience of a customer. Irina said previously about Apple Pay and Google Pay. When it appeared, of course, this technology changed how customers pay. And in that case, technology comes first. So in our case, I think that most important is to be, on one side, very curious about what customer wants that they do not want, what they value and they do not value, where they are frustrated and where they love to do that. And on another side, to be curious about technology, because if you are not following what's happening in the world, you risk to be obsolete at some point of time. So my answer again will be both, but first of all, of course, in most of the cases, you look at the existing flows and you change and reimagine them.
Amazing. So you're doing this journey with your clients, being sure that you are meeting their expectation, of course. Amazing, thank you. Levon, we are living in the G20 era, so it means cross-border payments directive on standardization. That is not only the standard ISO 20022 that is coming into force, but is also standard for API and a possibly regulation, even though, I mean, it's a matter of fact that we are talking about huge fragmentation at the global level. But we also know that SEPA, for instance, is already a cross-border payment, because we are talking about payments that can go in one currency across 26 countries. Thinking about Victoriabank and the cross-border strategy, what is your thought, where you are investing, and where do you think that you can position?
Yeah. Let me start a bit back. In recent 10 years, I think Moldovan economy went a big transformation in terms of its economic ties and connections. If some 10, 15 years ago, majority of trade and economic relations were with former Soviet Union, whatever CIS countries, now Moldovan economy has transformed and has been linked towards European Union and as well to a certain extent to Romanian economy. 70% of Moldovan trade and export goes to EU, half of that goes to Romania. A lot of Moldovan citizens are traveling and working in European Union, and this dictates the necessity and easiness of cross-border payments, be it for business purpose, be it for individual purpose. And of course, joining SEPA is a major step forward in terms of making payments more accessible, less expensive, but there are other options as well and opportunities. In our particular case, we are part of the largest Romanian bank, and we are the advocate of Romanian economy, Romanian businesses here in Moldova, and vice versa, of Moldovan businesses and citizens in Romania. In this respect, having access to the largest bank in Romania, we have developed special and invested in special payment solutions which are much faster and at zero cost to customers between Moldova and clients of Banca Transilvania. Speaking about perspective, Moldova and its path to EU accession will benefit a lot from investment, from travel, from tourism, from cultural exchange, and this for sure will trigger additional solutions and better solutions in terms of payments, accessibility, and cross-border connections.
To be honest, it's amazing because you confirmed the fact that cross-border payments is not something that is coming now, but exists since that been immigrants. I'm immigrants myself because I was born in Sardinia, finally live in the UK, and I always needed to move money across countries. So it's absolutely great to know that Victoriabank is close to this. So. There is something that you can't see from here, but we have a timer, so I ask the organization to put the timer for us, so no pressure, but mainly to respect your time. And to my panelists, 1 minute, just to wrap up and maybe give a takeaway that our wonderful audience is going to take during the lunchtime. Again, thinking about the customer, that is the reason of this panel, and just feel free to share in 1 minute max what you'd like finally leave as a takeaway of this panel, from your experience, of course. You wanted to start, Irina?
Okay. Yes, I think that the main idea which I took from this panel discussion that we should take the momentum and celebrate the momentum all together, because we are having something for which we should be proud in Moldova. We have already achieved a great result for digitalization of our country, but I'm always happy when we have the potential. And if I took 3 top ideas, what is the potential? As I told before, it is first of all SMEs, freelancers. We should see this audience as targeted ones. It is smart city development, and it is e-commerce development, especially domestic e-commerce development.
Amazing.
For sure, based on AI, which is the top of mind.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. Alexander.
Okay, I think digitalization just for digitalization is l'art pour l'art, which shouldn't be the case. So we really need to understand why we are doing something. So get the pain points, get the demands, understand the customer, and then put it in a way that you say, what can do better? Digitalization or personal interaction. And that's what really is needed. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's very important. Aliona, your thought, your takeaway.
I will put it somehow like that, but I think that future will be of those who are courageous, curious, and disciplined, and independently of a business. Because now our customers are not looking only, for example, at banks or fintechs or shops. They want all of us to be seamless, smart, very fast, secure. And I really would suggest to all being here in the room to remain curious about the future and to be smart, to understand what can be changed. Thank you.
Looks like a nice plan. And so well done and good luck. And Levon, over to you.
I actually have 2 takeaways. Let me start with the first.
You still have only 1 minute.
I'm speaking not so much. The audience, I think, noticed this. First, banking is human. Those who work in banks are humans. The customers are humans. So the human interaction will be the first. Technology, AI, LLM, how we call it, will be only a tool to make it better. And my second takeaway is I will still buy myself shoes looking the color, the size for the next 25 years.
Oh my God, I love that. Well done, well done, great. So when I introduce the panel, I promised that conscious about the last panel before the lunchtime, and that we are tired and also hungry. I hope that we committed to keep you awake and also engage in the conversation. I see that we are still on time, so thank you so much for staying here listening to us. I hope that you literally enjoy fun listening to us, and thank you to my panelists for the wonderful job they did today.